Hey guys, I have a super cool announcement to share with you guys. Giants is going to be doing a worldwide premium event. That's right, you heard me right, worldwide. Now before you guys go, Jab, there you go stretching and making something out of nothing and clickbait and all that other stuff. Give me a minute, right? I thought about making a fancy script and all this other stuff, and I was just like, you know what? We're going to do this old school. I'm going to do this off my dome, right? And freestyle it, and we're just going to work through it really quick, right? So here's the thing. Giants and a large, well-known, respectful company in the farming community is putting on a worldwide event. Now, I have to be careful about what I say because I am technically under an NDA and the embargo hasn't lifted on this yet. So there are things that I can't tell you. I can't tell you when, I can't tell you where, and I can't tell you who the event is being done with. Okay, Giants, for you guys at the home office that's watching, right? Klaus, I'm not breaking anything, right? However, there are some wiggle room that I could share with you. So what can I share with you? All right, let's talk about this worldwide event. Huge statement. I agree with you, right? And let's do a little math here. There are 7, right? Yeah, 5 and 2 makes 7. I want to make sure I got the right amount of fingers up. I'm old. There's 7 continents, right? That you can live on. However, one of the continents you can't have a permanent residency. So in this situation, it doesn't count, right? Because you can't have representing. You can't have, oh, good Lord, English is such a hard language to speak. You can't have you can't represent from an area that you can't live in. So we're going to have to take the 7 and knock it down to 6 continents, right? So in order for something to be considered worldwide, well, you got to represent at least 2/3, right? 2/3 is, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Well, I can tell you this. I was invited and 20 other people, content creators, movers and shakers, pillars of the communities, rock stars in the farming simulator world. It's not for me to share who those people are. Even though they didn't tell me I couldn't do it, I just don't think I should, right? That it's not my spot to do that. I can tell you that I wasn't invited and there were 20 other people. But what I can tell you is that 4 out of the 6 continents that are available to be represented are being represented. So at that point, Giants is flying in people to a undisclosed location at an undisclosed time at an undisclosed corporation to share a preview of Farm Sim 25 with us. So now that I've clarified worldwide, and we can all agree that 2/3 is, the majority. It's not 100%, but 2/3 is enough to say that it is a worldwide event. And for a gaming company, let's be honest, representing 2/3 of the world is pretty close to, amazing. All right, now that that's been said, let's talk about what's going to happen at this event. The only thing I know that's going to happen at this event is that we're all going to get an hour to play on a early edition of 25. It's not going to be the final edition. I'm sure that there'll be some changes in between then and there, now and there. What I have been told is that it is the latest edition. It's something that's been tweaked from the last time people had an opportunity to see it, which I believe was in Japan a couple of weeks ago. So we're all going to have an opportunity to record and bring footage back and share with our communities, which means that, yes, if you come back after I've gone on my trip, you will be able to see some footage of Farm Sim 25 And the only way you're going to see this footage is from people that attended this event. So there are some other channels, and maybe if you're lucky, your favorite streamer or YouTuber or content creator was invited, and you get to see their perspective. Now that I've said that, and I've talked about the announcement, I want to talk about predictions. I want to talk about, because I've made several predictions in the past, and a lot of them come true. So now I want to put my mouth, right? I want to put my rep out online. And I've decided, I'm just like, all right, what are the things that I think I will see that I can share with you and go, see, this old man might know a thing or two. And remember when I made this prediction? So I'm going to make 5 of them. I'm going to make 5 predictions, and let's go through them really quick. Prediction 1. Let's talk about the tornadoes, right? We've seen what the tornadoes are, how they work. They destroy the trees, they destroy the fields. You could drive through them and stuff like that. Here's my prediction. My prediction is this. I honestly believe that when the tornado event happens, there's a possibility that it'll hit a building or two on the map. And when it does that, it won't destroy it, it will change it. And there'll be some destruction that'll be visible on it. And I think that a construction mission will pop up after the event that we can rebuild the house. So there's my bold prediction. I think that in between the 2 mechanics that we know that exist, construction missions, which they really hadn't talked a whole lot about, and tornadoes that we know about, I think this is a situation where these 2 are going to tie together. Number 2, since we're talking about construction missions, I'm still on the hook and say that concrete somehow or another is going to be one of the resources that are going to be used for the construction missions. We did see a screenshot of a concrete factory or building or placeable or however you want to say it on the American map, but nothing's been said about productions at this point. I mean, maybe that information will come out in the near future, but at this point of this recording, nothing's been said about that. So I believe that somehow or another, that either a placeable, kind of similar to the placeable that was in the Platinum Edition, where you picked the ore up off the ground, and you took it to the refinery and it turned it to metal. Maybe sand will drop on the ground and you have to take it to the concrete factory, or maybe it's limestone, or maybe we can take our rocks there out of the fields and it turns it into concrete. All right. But the statement I'm saying is that concrete is going to be part of the construction mission somehow or another, that you'll have to bring something that's made out of concrete or from that facility to complete missions. So I think that there's going to be some sort of metal component. I think there's going to be a lumber component, and I think there's going to be a concrete component to complete construction missions, and that those missions will do stuff like fix buildings that have been hit by tornadoes, or dilapidated buildings that we need to fix that will give us an opportunity to use that to make more money, like maybe a train station that is broken on the map, and we have to fix that. And once we fix that, it gives us the ability to ship things off the map and make more money. So I think that the direction of the construction missions is that Giants is going to make construction missions mean something other than the fact that, oh, it's cool, we built a boat or we built a roller coaster, and then after that, there's no advantage. I think the advantage is going to be financial, that when you complete this, you'll get X amount of things, and some of them will be redone. They did talk about the fact that you would be able to build your own house in FarmCom, and it would come with a sleep trigger. However, they didn't speak any more than that. Is there a possibility that we can make sheds and silos too? Maybe. Number 3, NPCs. All right. I'm a little upset with Giants because they did release information on NPCs just yesterday and the day before I had a chance to make this video. So I'm going to spin the caveat on the NPCs. And since we know NPCs are in the game, they haven't talked to us about how the NPCs are going to be used, right? It's kind of going to be a storytelling. Here's what I believe. I believe that the NPCs, that you will have an option when you're buying land to go talk to an NPC to buy their land and or to do contracts, right? So that will add realism, a roleplay option, however you want to spin it. I think that there will be, instead of just clicking and going to a board and going, I want this contract, I think that you will have the option to go talk to the NPC itself. And who knows, it may even be to the degree that when you're at the shop, you have to talk to a person at the counter to open up the shop menu. Or even if you wanted a loan from the bank, right, you'd go to the bank and talk to the banker to get a loan, which I think is very possible and I think would be super cool. So that was what, 3. So we're at number 4. Oh, so we got new crops that are coming in, right? We got rice, we've got spinach, we got green beans, we got peas, right? I believe that we're going to have some sort of production facilities that are going to change those crops into a way that we can store them, right? They told us that fresh spinach can't be stored. Well, I'm telling you right now, if fresh spinach can't be stored, then there's going to be a mechanic in the game that changes fresh spinach into another kind of spinach that we can store. I don't know if that's going to be, we can it. I don't know if we're going to cold storage like they do in real life and you change it into a pallet. But I believe that, and with rice, I used to live in the Philippines, and rice, you have to dry rice, right? So, I think that there's probably going to be some sort of production facility that takes these crops and either dries them or preserves them in one way or another in either canning or refrigeration or something that we can take it and change it and then store it and then sell it at a later time, or change it from what can't be stored into something that can be stored. So there's 4. I covered NPCs, I covered the tornadoes, I've covered the crops. Oh, good Lord. This is what happens when you try to do things off the top of your head. I'd lost my train of thought on number 5, so I'm going to have to come up with something really quick. Give me a second. All right, after having a swig of coffee, I didn't get much sleep last night, and you can probably understand why. I still can't think of what number 5 is, so I'm going to reach into my bag of trips and talk about something that I know I've talked about in the past, vending machines. I believe vending machines will be part of the production chain at some sort or another. I don't think it will be on all the maps. I think it will only be on the Asian map. But, you know, we got that in the DLC at the end of 22. I think that that's a mechanic that would fit fantastic on the Asian map as far as productions is concerned. And yeah, so I'll hang my hat on that. There's my 5 predictions. When I get back from this event, I will definitely do a recap on this and we'll see what I'm right on and what I'm wrong on. Here's your chance to leave predictions in the comments section below, right? You know, you can make a comment of what company you think is also hosting this event with Giants. You make a prediction there. And do you agree with my predictions, or do you think I'm full of it? Hey, I'm a big boy. I can handle it, right? You want to dish it out, you dish it out. But just remember this. If you dish it out and I end up being right, I do have the right to take your comment and put it in the next video and go, ha 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 ha, right? No, I'm not that petty, right? I might just go ha 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 instead, but not ha 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 ha. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching this far. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hey, man, tickle that little button down there that says subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. If for some reason you change your mind later, you can always hit the unsubscribe button. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it, and I understand. And as always, happy farming.